Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward. Put on a cloth sack at the very least. You're making me unseasonably warm. Oh, I do not approve at all. Now is not a good time. Leave me alone. Yes, thank you and all that. Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere. Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds. Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out. Frobby, our customer needs a drink. Look alive, will you? Come on in. Let me know if you need anything. Or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over. Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms. Sadia, wake up, dear. The mill! The flour mill! The smelter! Somebody, do something! Hurry! What's all the commotion? By the gods! What in the world? This can't be happening. Have a fascination with fire, do we? You're not tiresome like the rest of the people I have the displeasure of dealing with on a regular basis. Here, I'd like you to have this. I'm surprised you succeeded. Please, accept this as payment. But enough of this. Such things are best forgotten. Indeed, my friend died. Things won't be the same without her. My friend died. Things won't be the same without him. My girlfriend died. Things won't be the same without her. My boyfriend died. Things won't be the same without him. They're fighting over that thing, I think. Someone's going to get hurt. What's all the commotion? I swear, is there no end to these uncouth savages, just throwing their trash wherever they please? I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need. My mother died. Things won't be the same without her. My kinsman died. Things won't be the same without him. My kinswoman died. Things won't be the same without her. My daughter died. Things won't be the same without her. My son died. Things won't be the same without him. My sister died. Things won't be the same without her. My brother died. Things won't be the same without him. My aunt died. Things won't be the same without her. My uncle died. Things won't be the same without him. My niece died. Things won't be the same without her. My nephew died. Things won't be the same without him. My cousin died. Things won't be the same without her. My cousin died. Things won't be the same without him. Something's happening. What manner of magic is this? Look out! Don't get too close. It's like the ancient legends. Dragonborn. It can't be. You took its very soul. By the gods. I don't even know what to say. You lost? I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend? Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I might have it stored away. Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions. Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Hello, friend. Make yourself at home. Can I help you? Good to see you. Come on in. Let me know if you see anything you like. My wife died. Things won't be the same without her. My husband died. Things won't be the same without him. My father died. Things won't be the same without him. Now what am I supposed to do? I can't be seen in public like this. If I can even be seen at all. I suppose you think you're better than me because you can do that. No one can defeat me. You look a bit peaked. You sure you shouldn't be home in bed? That spell looks dangerous. Keep your distance. I trust you aren't considering any thievery. It's really dead, then? I never would have believed it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. It may be dead now, but where did it come from? In all my years, I've never seen such a thing. Why, the impropriety! So, carrying that weapon around like that makes you feel safe, does it? If it's not too much to ask, put the weapon away. Thanks. Brandishing your weapon is not going to help you negotiate a better sale. You've sent an innocent man to jail. I hope you're proud of yourself. Maven be damned. One day she'll get hers. I can promise you that. Leave me alone. Haven't you done enough damage already? Welcome. I'm the owner and proprietor of Honningbrew Meadery. Honningbrew uses only the finest natural honey, not that sludge you'll find at Golden Glow Estate. We may be small, but what we lack in size we make up for in quality. Blackbriar mead is just fine. If you need something to wash the dirt off a riding horse's hooves, They say Folion of Morthal has studied vampires, Draugr, and all matter of undead. What a man will do for a few coins. Tch, what a woman will do for a few coins. Come back to gloat? I've been beaten by worse than you. What the... Don't do that! A lot of people are beginning to get impressed with you here, me included. Just wanted to let you know. Interest you in some marksman training. If you need marksman training, and you've got the coin, I'm ready to teach you. What's on your mind? Of course you can buy me a drink. You didn't need to say a word, but I heard you loud and clear. Come here a second. Ugh, the wine in Skyrim tastes like urine, compared to the fine vintages we had in Valenwood. I don't miss home one bit. I'm glad to leave that life behind me. I'd much rather earn a living liberating others of their coin this way, than spending my days as a carpenter, like my father. It's not hard to fit in and make friends, when you have the coin to make it happen. I don't bother with silly pickpocketing jobs, when I can make far more at the gambling table. So, they're making you leader, huh? Better go find Brynjolf so he can seal the deal. We're all rich thanks to you. Cheers. We'll chat after the ceremony. It was you, wasn't it? I should have known better. Now look at me. Either leave Valenwood, or he'd have me thrown into jail. Gave me a day to say my goodbyes to everyone. I hooked up with a guild in Valenwood. I think they called themselves the Silver Crescents. Spent quite a few years doing jobs for them. Made a lot of coin, but I didn't care. I didn't really need it. I was running with them because it fit. Made me feel alive. I ended up in Skyrim thanks to a contact I'd made when I was with the Crescents. Good old Delvin. He introduced me to Gallus, and that was it. I've been here ever since. And you know what? Despite what I left behind, I don't regret it one bit. Because it was dull. Every day was the same boring routine. Working at the winery, social visits with friends, parties with no one I cared about. I just wanted a little excitement. Something dangerous. I used to live in Valenwood, working at my father's winery. We made the finest wine to ever cross your lips, I promise you. We were doing well. Plenty of coin, a huge mansion, and I was even betrothed to a lovely young woman. Come find me if you need more marksman training. If you ever need more practice with the bow, just grab me. If talking your way out of trouble isn't enough, you could always pick up some training from Delvin, Vex, or Vipper. Also, I recommend hitting the training room if you need lockpick practice. Helped me out of a jam more than once. Well, after a while, my father caught on to what I was doing. He confronted me one night and gave me a choice. Hold a moment, Rune. What did you think about my idea? Well, yes, please. What in the name of oblivion is going on in this place? Hey, I still have a contact in Valenwood that may have some work for us. You're welcome to join me. This place is getting worse and worse. I think I know, but go ahead. You seem to be a bit closer to Brynjolf than the rest of us. Is he giving you any idea why this place seems to be falling apart? What about Mercer? Have you asked him? All right. I have everything you asked for all ready to go. I don't understand it either. They were a sure thing, I swear. Better than ever. With the guild back on its feet, there's more coin to throw around. How about you? Let's just hope it stays this way for a long time. Nothing like free labor to make operating costs cheaper. Maven Blackbriar's gone out of her way to try and have me shut down. But fortunately, I have a good relationship with Whiterun's Jarl. Every year I sell more hunting brew, and Maven loses customers. Know why? My mead tastes better. Silent means I don't tell, and it's none of your business. Well, yes. I mean, all of the gold didn't come from me. I have a silent partner that helped me with the finances. Well, it's about time. I had to stall the captain until you were finished. Why are you standing here then? I've told the captain of the guard we'll have the meadery cleared for the tasting, and he could be here any minute. You'll just have to wait until after the captain's finished. I suppose you can wait around if you must. Vex better leave a piece of Mercer for us. It's payback time. What in blazes is going on? Are you working with Carlia? Straighten yourself out with the guild, and then maybe we can talk. My only demand is that these vermin are permanently eliminated before my reputation is completely destroyed. Okay. No need to make rash decisions. Here's half. You get the rest when the job's done. Yell all you want. It's not going to change my mind. Oh, really? And I don't suppose you'd just do it out of the kindness of your heart, would you? I hope you're not expecting to get paid until the job's done. Oh, very well. Here's half. You'll get the rest when the job's done. Well, that's not how I operate, so forget it. Don't come back until every one of those things are dead. I bought some poison. I was going to have my lazy good-for-nothing assistant Malice handle it, but he seems to have vanished. If you plant this in the vermin's nest, it should stop them from ever coming back. Malice is the best deal I've ever made. Lent him a bit of gold some time ago I knew he'd never be able to pay back. Now I've got to clean up this mess. Remember, you don't get paid until they're all dead. You did this, didn't you? I'll get you for this! I haven't heard even a scratch at the door. Have you done it? What is it now? We have a tasting to attend to. Was something we discussed unclear? What are you gawking at? Can't you see I have problems here? Are you kidding me? Look at this place. I'm supposed to be holding a tasting of the new Mehrunes Reserve for the captain of the guard. If he sees the meadery in this state, I'll be ruined. Please, don't just let it stay like this. It's disgraceful. What is it? What has happened to the Gildergreen? I have traveled long here to worship beneath its branches, but this is supposed to be your work. The honey they collect on that hunk of rock goes into making Blackbriar mead, just about the best tasting mead in all of Skyrim. Please hurry. The captain of the guard isn't patient when it comes to tasting time. No, please. I don't understand. I don't know. What's wrong? Help yourself, my lord. It's my finest brew yet. I call it Mehrunes Reserve. I think you'll find it quite pleasing to your palate. I beg you, please! This is not what it seems. Look, I assure you this is all just a huge misunderstanding. It won't repair the tree back at the temple, but we could bring them a new one. I am a traveler, a pilgrim. I follow the voice of Kynareth wherever it can be heard. I've dreamed of seeing Eldergleam for years. Might I travel alongside you? I promise not to get in the way. It was my pleasure, friend. In a way, I envy you getting to carry such a direct sign of Kynareth's graces. Was I correct in hearing that you were traveling to the Grove of the Eldergleam? That's abominable. Barbaric! I'll have no part of this. Why didn't you tell me what you intended? You would violate this marvel of Kynareth's glory to fix that half-breed stump in Whiterun? I believe I'll stay here and bask in Eldergleam's warmth a bit longer. I thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your kindness. With pleasure. Nature has a way of finding vengeance, though. You walk a bleak path, friend. One that will lead to suffering. Is it much further to the sanctuary? I can't believe I finally made it here. It's like it was in my dreams. I can almost hear its heart. I understand. Some journeys must be taken alone. I'll be here if you change your mind. I had no idea you were a man of violence. What exactly are your intentions in this blessed place? I had no idea you were a woman of violence. What exactly are you intending to do here? Very well. I can't stop you, but I can't bear to watch it either. I understand. Some journeys must be taken alone. I'll be here if you change your mind. You should take it to Whiterun. Danica will want to see that the true blessings of nature lie in renewal, not a slavish maintenance. The Eldergleam has blessed us with a sapling. Shall we proceed, friend? Follow me. I think I can convince the tree to help us. Good luck on your travels. May Kynareth's wind carry only the sweetest scents. Well, yes. There is something. I'll make the preparations immediately. We must leave. Your father will never approve of us, and I grow weary of this place. Fastrid, we must speak. To Riften, my pet. How you'll adore the city. Yafthor, what about him? He'll come after us, and it will be unpleasant. As do I. It's a puzzling situation. She would. If she's willing to deal with him, then everything would be all right. I'll go speak to Fastrid, post-haste. Oh, my love. How I long to take her away from all of this. Why did Bounties send you to me? For Kynareth, scourge of nature! What's happened to the Gildergreen is a travesty. Please move quickly. Eldergleam awaits us. Was I correct in hearing that you were traveling to the Grove of the Eldergleam? I do. Now and forever. You're testing my patience. But very well. I'll give you another chance. You come all this way just to hurt me a second time. Get out of my sight. Good. The two of us, then. All of Skyrim should get ready to stand aside. Waste of time, then. You are pleasant company. More than pleasant. And what about you? Would you be interested in a life together? Of course it has. Would you expect any less of me? Here, this is your half, my love. And what's that have to do with me? Degane the beggar got himself kicked out of the Temple of Dibella. Caused quite the ruckus. I always had a feeling she liked me. More than that brute Yoffthor, at least. It's a simple ceremony, but it'll do. You're here, that's enough. You're abandoning me? Me? I never want to see you ever again! Oh, really? And where were you thinking? I should be asking you the same question. But all right, I'll cook. Here, try this, and don't you dare ask for another one before tomorrow. Look at you. Come crawling back after everything you've done to me. This is the happiest day of my life. Where should we live? My home is your home now, of course. Congratulations on your wedding. I'm so happy for both of you. Just leave. I'm looking forward to our wedding. You and me. They definitely have some magic in them. I can tell you that much. But it's nothing I know about. Excellent. I think you'll be glad that you made this decision. If you change your mind, you know where to find me. Thank you. I'll be sure to put it to good use. Look at you, wearing an amulet of Mara. Are you saying you're available? Now shouldn't you be off arranging our wedding day? Don't keep me waiting. If that's what you want. I'll see you there soon. I've seen bigger houses, but it's yours, so I like it. Now, I think I need something to do if you're ever away, so I'll be opening a store. What do you need, love? Ask anything. Leaving? Take the world by storm, dearest. You and I, we're the only people in Skyrim worth loving. That's what I think. I'll see you at home, then. Don't keep me waiting. I've got a top man on the job right now. He should be returning any moment. I've got a sharp woman on the job right now. She should be returning any moment. Adelaisa, I'm sorry. I know this place looks horrible. Please, don't hold it against the company. I can't express how much easier you've made my job. Ah, yes, your pay. The company thanks you for your services. Should we ever be able to help you, stop by. Maybe Adelaisa will finally ease up. But I expect she won't. A very powerful family in Windhelm. Wouldn't surprise me if they were in league with the pirates somehow. They run a private shipping operation and would love to have the docks to themselves. Our own security forces are limited, and all the mercenaries are tied up in this ridiculous war. We don't even know their base of operations, and attacking single ships won't really solve the problem. Are you joking? Even I wouldn't sell something like that. Pirates, you see, raiding all along the coast, from Hammerfell to Vardenfell. Only the Shattershields appear safe. Just in time. This is Adelaisa, one of my superiors from the company. She's been dispatched to, see to it that we get back on schedule. You should probably speak to her. They call themselves the Bloodhawkers. They've been around as long as I can remember, but only recently focused on our ships. A dastardly group, but they're more than simple brigands. Shrewd, clever, not to be trifled with. Try to find out where their fortress is. The captain, Stig Saltplank, has to know something. We used to think the pirates had an army of battle mages at their side. As it turns out, it was just one, Halden. I've since learned more about him. The most dangerous sort of man. Quick to anger, but patient in exacting vengeance. He also has a fearsome control of destruction magic. I wish you the best of luck. Sad, isn't it? We can't afford to keep the place running since these attacks started. If it were to somehow end up in my hands, I wouldn't argue. How did you get it? No, never mind. I probably shouldn't know. I see. It looks like Severus has been traveling to Dawnstar to meet with a pirate crew there. Get to Dawnstar and see what you can find out about these rogues. I'd wager they won't be too far from the tavern. That was good work. Deja's in the hold of the ship. Go down 2 levels. She's probably the one you ought to talk to. We're so grateful for your help. Please excuse the mess. If you get me the logbook, I'll have proof of Shattershield's treachery. Let me know when you've learned more about the pirates. Give those pirates what for? Not yet, no. But perhaps an intrepid person such as yourself could help with that? They have a dark elf who oversees their operations, Suverus Atherin. She's meticulous to a fault, and keeps a logbook with every transaction she makes. I can't thank you enough for what you did. The East Empire Company is in your debt. Ah, yes. Rented the nicest room we had for a whole month. Best we all forget about her. Bad luck to talk about the dead in Markarth. What's going on, Madanach? You wouldn't have old Grisvar killed unless you weren't planning on needing him. The Reach belongs to the Forsworn. No turning back now. Madanach's guard. Big, even for an orc. Heard he ripped a man's arm off and beat him to death with it. He's old-fashioned like that. If you're asking, that means you're the new lifer. Tough luck, friend. Those guards sold you out, but good. No one talks to Madanach, I'm afraid. Not without getting past Borkul the Beast. And you don't want to talk to Borkul the Beast. Glory to the Forsworn! The Reach will be ours again! Forsworn rampaging through the streets, as if business wasn't slow enough. Oh, it's you. Sorry to hear about your imprisonment. I'm sure the guards didn't mean to throw you in jail. You're the one who put out the fire in the lighthouse, right? Ah, I see. Very well, my friend. I'll do it. I apologize for the disruption to such a festive occasion. Ulfric Stormcloak, the rightful High King? That's bordering on treason, man. Stand up! Stand up, I say! It's all for a good cause, old chap. Sorry, Margaret might be dead, but the room's rented. Well, I guess Margaret isn't around to complain. It's yours. All right, I don't want any trouble. It's yours. Are you serious? I hear more threatening words from my wife. Of course, but I can't just hand that over. Privacy, after all. Did you need anything else? Well, you seem like the honest sort. Here you are. Right. You adventuring types would never go into a room just to steal everything. Ah, yes. Rented the nicest room we had for a whole month. I think she's sitting by the fire. Poor girl. You've got to admire their courage. Doing something like that with dragons on the loose and a war going on. I heard those mages up in Winterhold have been trying to figure out how many dragons there are in Skyrim. They seem to think it's at least a dozen. But I'm sure they're exaggerating. They're probably trying to scare us into giving them more money and influence, so they can save us from the dragon's threat. Well, I did hear that Ulfric Stormcloak was slain while defending Windhelm against a dragon. But it sounds too good to be true. I'll wager it was Ulfric himself that started the rumor. Maybe he thought it would bolster recruitment. Well, I don't think you should say things like that about the ambassador. Hey, Razalan, remember when you told me I'd never amount to anything? Watch this. I'm sorry, Ambassador. I didn't mean to cause such a commotion. There's no need to have him thrown out on my account. I know you're drunk as usual, but that's no excuse for insulting our hostess. I don't think anyone deserves that kind of abuse. I've known plenty of elves who are perfectly decent people. Tell your men to stand down. I don't need any help dealing with this kind of fool. He isn't worth the trouble. Is it good fortune? The blessings of the divines? Who knows? Now that I think on it, I did hear something rather interesting the other day. Apparently the Red Wave has been docked in Solitude for well over a month, and with no sign of shipping out any time soon. Some say the ship suffered damage to her hull when she struck an iceberg, and Captain Safia can't afford the repairs. Of course, she would never admit such a thing. Captain Safia is far too proud a woman for that. Well, there might be nothing to it, but I've heard that the feud between the Greymanes and the Battleborns in Whiterun has grown ugly. Frollia Greymane is convinced that the Battleborns have abducted one of her sons. I'm not sure that it's news, but lately it seems like every blacksmith in Skyrim is out to prove that he's the equal of Yorlin Greymane. It's not really a fair comparison if you ask me. After all, Yorlin works the Skyforge. How is any smith going to compete with that? Well, I did see something interesting not long ago. There were several Khajiit camped outside the walls of Whiterun. Seems they've been traveling around the whole of Skyrim peddling their wares. Well, I did hear that the Argonians have been banned from living inside the walls of Windhelm. They're only allowed on the city docks now. Most of them sleep together in one building. And they're as poor as wretches. Have you visited Rorikstead lately? No matter how harsh the winter, the crops that grow there never falter. Even when every other farm in the hold is barely scraping by, the harvest at Rorikstead is always bountiful. This war has taken a toll on the merchants of Skyrim. Let's hope that it ends soon, for their sake. I look forward to the day when this rebellion is put down, and we once again have peace. The Grey Quarter in Windhelm is little more than a slum. It's shameful that the Dark Elves are made to live that way. With the soldiers all fighting in the war, there's nobody to hunt down the bandits. Travel has become dangerous of late. It's been a brutal winter. I can't remember the last time it was this cold and for this long. I hope they'll serve the roast venison with bittergreen sauce that we had at the last party. That was delicious. I've spent many hours in council meetings lately, grappling with that problem. I've spent many hours in council meetings lately, grappling with that problem. I've spent many hours in council meetings lately, grappling with that problem. Yes, I agree with you. Have you heard any news from the other parts of Skyrim? You speak truly. Have you heard any interesting rumors of late? I'll not argue that. Heard any interesting gossip lately? I couldn't agree more. By the way, have you heard any interesting rumors lately? I couldn't have said it better myself. It's been some time since I've had news from elsewhere in Skyrim. What have you heard? I know just what you mean. Heard anything interesting lately? Any news or gossip? I heard Elenwen say she's going to open a bottle of her best firebrand wine later. I can hardly wait. These Stormcloaks are nothing more than an armed mob. This war won't last much longer. With any luck, a worthy hero will step forward and solve our problems. Just like in the tales of old. We must keep faith in ourselves and the divines. These are troubling times indeed. These are troubling times indeed. We've got our hands full dealing with the Stormcloaks. What about you? Are the dragons frightening your people as much as they're frightening mine? Between the dragons and the Stormcloaks, my coffers are running dry. Everything is splendid, thank you. Very much so, and thank you for asking. Very much so, and thank you for asking. Have you found it difficult to get provisions lately? I can scarcely feed the staff in my palace. We've had the same troubles. Oh, don't worry about me. I relish the challenge. Vittoria! There's someone I'd like you to meet. You take it back then? You retract your statement? Well, I've known her long enough to appreciate her excellent taste in food and wine, and also long enough to respect her importance to Skyrim. She plays a vital role in rooting out the forbidden worship of Talos. As far as I'm concerned, those Talos worshippers get what they deserve. All they do is cause problems for me and the other Jarls. These Thalmor know how to treat a guest. A ruler is entitled to luxury, don't you think? The Thalmor understand that. Why would anyone join the Stormcloaks? They have a fraction of the Empire's wealth and power. If I had my way, I'd spend all my time at parties like this, and none of it dealing with the common rabble. You asked for my help. Not for nothing, I hope. Until later, then. Ill luck. I'm a busy man, and I don't have time for this sort of frivolity. But at the same time, I don't dare refuse an invitation from Elenwen. Is it that obvious? I should take pains to seem more happy. I wouldn't want to upset our host. But the truth of it is, I have a mountain of paperwork back in Windhelm, and it's not getting any smaller. I just hope this party doesn't drag on all night. Go ahead and play your joke. I should be back in Windhelm. I've got work to do. Did you know Vittoria is the Emperor's cousin? Best stay on her good side. Did you know Vittoria's getting married? They say the Emperor might even come to Skyrim for the wedding. Just between us, I've got more important things to do than attend these meaningless parties. I'm ready for this party to be over. Yes, I know what you mean. Most Nords struggle to accept change. Those who fought the Thalmor in the Great War still see an enemy. But that war is over, and a new day has dawned. Besides, the Thalmor reward their friends richly. Anyone who doesn't take advantage of that is a stubborn fool. Escaped prisoners? None of mine ever escape. I can promise you that. There's no way out that way, you know. Damn rebels! Stormcloaks! Get them! They went that way, down into the prison. You fellows happened along just in time. These boys seemed a bit upset at how I've been entertaining their comrades. Don't bother with that. Lost the key ages ago. Poor fellow screamed for weeks. Sure, take all my things. Please. Sorry. I really can't risk it. I'm sure you can find someone else with a little less dignity. I trust you don't presume on our friendship. I'm a Jarl, after all. I wouldn't want to appear foolish in front of these people. Well, let's hear it. I'll try to forget you ever asked. That's it? Sure. Shouldn't be too hard. I usually end up making a fool out of myself without even trying. Of course. I mean, assuming you don't want me to kill someone for you, I might have to draw the line there. Goodbye, then. It's magnificent, isn't it? I need only look for a few moments. You are not worthy. Well, that's good to know. I suggest you tell your people at the college to keep a tighter leash on their mages. Ah, so they finally sent someone to deal with that lunatic. Well, is it taken care of? Good. One less worry for my people. You've been suspended from the college for what you did. You'd better talk to Tolfdir if you want to get it sorted out. I'm sorry, but you've been suspended from the college. I can't be seen talking to you right now. A dragon! Please! Don't make up nonsense. You have no authority over me, boy. There's no way out that way, you know. You fellows happened along just in time. These boys seemed a bit upset at how I've been entertaining their comrades. Although, come to think of it, I did hear some odd noises coming from over there. Leave me to my work, unless you plan to stay and help. And so it is done. Ah, yes. I see it now. Summoning an unbound remora is not like other conjuration spells. It will not simply do your bidding. You must first prove you are in control. Here is the spell you need. Go to the top of the Hall of Attainment. I have prepared a place for you there, because I have no wish to be harmed. If only that were true. I will teach you the spell to summon the Dremora, but know that it will only work in a place properly prepared for the event. Once you have summoned the Dremora, you will order it to deliver to you a sigil stone from an oblivion gate. Once I have the sigil stone, I shall inscribe the spells that you seek. You will summon a Dremora, and order it to bring a sigil stone to you. I will then inscribe the spells for you. Mine? Oh, no. The stone is yours. I simply need to borrow it for a moment. Now, let's see what there is to see. I have the knowledge I need. And so you may have your stone back. And also, please, take this. You have done well. It has been proposed that the object is, in fact, the entirety of Arbis in one physical space. This would of course mean that Tamriel, indeed all of Mundus, is actually contained within the sphere. It further suggests that we are somehow then outside our own existence while looking in at it. While the idea seems dubious at best, it has not at present been entirely ruled out. How quickly you've advanced! Most impressive. There are spells yet to be learned. Powerful spells that can more closely and more permanently bind creatures to your will. But there are risks. There are always risks. You must summon and command an unbound remora. These spells are difficult, even for one as skilled as I. To even begin to inscribe them, I need something very special. A sigil stone from an oblivion gate. I do not have one in my possession, nor do you, I'm sure. So we require a Daedra to retrieve one for us. No more experiments are to be carried out there, and mages are advised that you enter the midden at your own risk. While Drevis appreciates the spellcasting skill that went into somehow cramming several hundred apples into his pillow, he would ask that it please not happen again. He has suggested that, should he find out who is responsible, he is well versed in making things disappear permanently. There have been unconfirmed reports that someone has been sneaking into the town of Winterhold while invisible and causing issues. This goes quite against college policy, and the party responsible is advised to cease these actions at once. Any information as to the whereabouts of the previous group of apprentices would be greatly appreciated. As of yet, there has been no sign of them. Projects are underway to discern the origin and nature of the college's recent find in Sarthal. Work continues on the Eye of Magnus, as it has been commonly referred to. Any and all theories are currently being considered. Those with ideas should please speak with Mirabelle. At this time, there is no indication that, as has been rumored, the object is in fact a physical part of Magnus, the god of magic. It has been suggested that the object is a gateway to the realm of Aetherius, but nothing has proven that idea one way or the other. I don't care. We're going all the way in. I want to know what Shalador hid in here. So much energy. So much power. Never in my life have I seen something like this. At this time, I would like to make a few statements regarding policy here at the college. Please refrain from practicing conjuration spells in view of the town of Winterhold. Atronachs have a tendency to frighten the locals. Undead... well, I don't even think it needs to be said. Urag has asked me to remind everyone to please return materials borrowed from the Arcanium in the same condition as you received them. If this is impossible due to misuse or accident, Urag recommends finding a replacement copy to deliver to the Arcanium. Failure to do so will result in paying, in Urag's words, a blood price. I did not ask him to elaborate on that point. Once again, I must ask that everyone please clean up any materials used in the common areas. We've had yet another sprained ankle due to soul gems being left on the floor. Let's please try and keep injuries to a minimum. The midden remains off limits at this time. While the initial outbreak has been cleaned up, the area is still considered hazardous. I had no choice. It was the only way to make sure that monster never escaped. Going back would be the end of all of us. We keep pushing forward and we'll make it. We will! What else could we do? Stay there and die with her? She refused to go on. We didn't have a choice. I promise you, I'll never let this happen again. I'll seal this whole place away! No. You just stay here and rest. You want to stay here? Fine. But the rest of us aren't giving up now. We'll come back for you as soon as we've reached our goal. You have my word. Girduin died first. It happened so fast, none of us had a chance to react. No matter what, we stay together, Hafnar said. I looked him in the eyes and lied to him. We thought it would be so simple. Enchanted weapons, tomes of ancient knowledge, Shalador's secrets themselves. Who knows what we could find? I don't know why I pressed the others on. Convinced them to keep going. None of our spells were potent enough. None of our wills were strong enough. Hafnar was covered in blood. But his stupid Nord pride wouldn't let him admit defeat. Come on, we're finally here. Let's not waste any more time. We were sure we'd find it all here, hidden away from time, power, knowledge, all the things we didn't want to wait for. Agreed. We all stay together. I'm sorry, friends. I'm so sorry. Come on, we can't stop now. We have to keep moving. I had to leave them behind, had to sacrifice them so I could make it out alive. I knew you'd come, eventually. There were only 3 of us left. Takes in Light just sat down and gave up. And we left her there to die. One moment we joked about what we'd find below. And next, he'd been ripped in half. I had no choice. Don't you see? If we can just make it through, it'll all be worth it, I told them. And the fools believed the words I myself didn't trust. And then we were all fighting just to survive. None of us were prepared. It was amazing the rest of us survived. It would seem I'm bound to this place. The bitter irony of it all. My greatest failure, and even in death, I can't escape it. I've no idea what killed her. But I'm sure something did. Don't forget, this whole idea was Atma's to begin with. If we'd all died there, if we'd loosed the thing on the world, who knows what might have happened? I never meant for any of what happened here. Tried to seal it up, lock it away forever. Atma cried to herself. Hafnar wouldn't look at either of us, and I kept telling them it would be all right. We can't go back. Might as well go forward. We can still do this. What happened after was my fault. All mine. Can you imagine the looks on their faces when we come back? We could have turned back. It could have ended there. But we kept going. That's how I consoled myself for years. After I'd sealed this place shut and vowed never to let anyone open it. But now it all comes out again. I was in charge now. I pushed them on, insisting it would be worse to try and go back. When it was over, Atma, Hafnar, and I stared pale-faced at one another, unwilling to admit we'd made a terrible mistake. Ancano, stop this at once! I command you! I don't care what it is. I want it down now. I want to know what he's doing in there. I don't know what he's doing, but he won't get away with it. I trust that you'll inform me as soon as the staff is recovered. I hope Mirabelle is helpful in locating the staff. Now's not the time. We need to put a stop to whatever it is that's going on. Elvali died here. I don't even remember what killed her. One of the countless faceless horrors. I think she was glad in that final moment. Now you've put it all to rest. But it can't undo my mistakes. They can never be undone. There were 6 of us, full of ambition, eager to conquer the world. It was Atma's idea to come here at first. She talked me into it, and I convinced the others. We all knew this was the end. Without even opening the door, we knew what was behind it would kill us. Can you imagine the kind of power behind this? I'm sorry. Were you about to say something? Protect yourself. We're under some kind of attack. Is he dead? I don't know. If the augur suggested it, there must be a good reason for locating it. I'm afraid I don't see the connection, though. On Kano, he's in there doing something. We don't know what. We're trying to get in now. I will have his head for this, I assure you. Help take this down, will you? We're throwing everything we can at it. Ankano has somehow locked himself in the hall. He's up to something, and I intend to put a stop to it. Help us get through this, will you? We're throwing everything we have at it. Excellent. I'd suggest that we go retrieve it immediately, but right now we have more pressing matters. I hope we didn't offend him somehow. Did you really? And he specifically mentioned the staff of Magnus? I'm impressed with your initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on this. I seem to recall Mirabelle mentioning the staff somewhat recently. Why don't you see if she can tell you anything? Something as specific and ancient as the staff of Magnus. I'm not sure we'd ever find something like that. I'm quite pleased with your progress, you know. You've certainly proven yourself to be more than a mere apprentice. Well done. This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now. I certainly do. Since you went so far as to seek out the augur for advice, I thought you'd be more enthusiastic. A most impressive attitude. Keep this up, and you'll do quite well for yourself. I'm sorry, what? Well, I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff, but I'm not really sure that any of us need it. And how do you know of this? Really? And what might that be? Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Tolfdir normally looks after your little group, yes? Since he's apparently occupied, and I will need to see this discovery for myself, I think perhaps you should begin researching the subject. Speak with Urag in the Arcaneum. See if he's aware of anything that matches your discovery. And good work. The next time you find yourself exploring Nordic ruins, perhaps this will be helpful. Very well. I trust that you wouldn't be here were it not significant. I see. I trust that Tolfdir will provide a more specific explanation. Please don't tell me that another one of the apprentices has been incinerated. I have enough to deal with right now. Beyond asking for you, he never said. Very strange indeed. Has Tolfdir been telling stories again? I thought I made it quite clear that this was a subject inappropriate for conversation. Please, don't allow him to continue to discuss the subject. I'm not sure what happened. A monk from the Sijic Order. Here after all these years, and then he just leaves. As you wish. Speak to me again if you decide to purchase some decorations for your home. I'm sorry, but you don't seem to have enough gold to pay for that. Very well. I'll make the arrangements. The next time you visit your house, your new furnishings will be in place. There is an empty home in the city, but there was some unpleasantness recently. I'm afraid it's not available just yet. Any aspiring mage would do well to look for the college in Winterhold. Head there, and you'll get what you're after. Although our Jarl's humble wizard might be willing to help you too. Well, I suppose I needn't wonder where he is anymore. Very well. Just let me know when you have the necessary funds. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase? I'll be glad to help you. There are many ways to improve your home, provided you have the coin. And of course, don't forget to consult your home decorating guide for descriptions of the decorations you can buy. Now, what would you like to purchase? You've already purchased every available improvement. I'm afraid I have nothing else to offer you. Splendid. There's a house available right now. The house I mentioned earlier is still available, if you want to buy it. Wonderful. Here is the key to your new home. Very well. Just let me know when you're ready to purchase the house. I'm not sure. None of them were working on anything terribly dangerous. Oh dear. I had particularly high hopes for her. Once she had overcome her difficulties, she could have been quite successful here. Ah, that, yes. The group prior to yours has disappeared entirely. It's possible that there was less than the necessary amount of oversight. That's still being looked into. But we've had no contact with them for quite some time now. Arniel wondered if perhaps they'd somehow managed to get themselves lost in the Outer Realms. But I think that's giving them too much credit. It certainly is. Was, I suppose. He would never have willingly parted with it. What a shame. Yes, I recognize it. Gods. This is hers, isn't it? She will certainly be missed. Oh dear, I didn't mean to say it like that. That wasn't a joke, really. It's the least I can do for your help in putting this matter to rest. I hadn't really considered it in terms of time. I suppose it's been at least a month. Let me think. What were they working on? Those two boys were obsessed with mead, convinced they could concoct something to compete with Honningbrew. Something about using frost magic to chill the mead for a certain period of time. I felt it was a waste, but the Archmage let them proceed. Well, all of the previous apprentices have been accounted for, thanks to you. Here, why don't you take this? It was intended to be given to the best in their group, as a reward for their hard work. Took your sweet time getting it to me. Here you go, for your trouble. I should have known better than to ask a knave. Thank you. Do hurry, please. If you must know, I was practicing in the yard when the guard I was sparring with fainted when I specifically told him to duck. My blade bit right into the stonework next to the keep and needed serious repairs. Thankfully, our smith Balamond works wonders. In fact, if you'd fetch my blade from him, I'd be most appreciative. None. It's been long enough that, honestly, I don't expect to hear from them. No. And after what you've discovered, I fear the worst for them. As I recall, Ysra was trying to improve flame cloak spells to better work in Skyrim's harsh environment. Elos Tai was practicing illusion spells. She was having trouble with the calm spells, I believe, but only ever worked with skeevers. And then there's Borvir and Rundi, twins, though they rarely agreed on anything. Good work. Here's your cut. I guess this finishes up our contract with the Silverbloods, so we'll be heading out. Milk drinker. Don't think I'm getting paid already? Get lost. Right. Do that, and I'll make sure you get a cut. Dealing with a mob wouldn't be good for my coin purse. Fine. We're leaving. Let's see them make us. Whoa, wait a second. I was just kidding. We'll leave. We'll leave. I thought today was going to be boring. What? Oh, how could I have possibly forgotten? Your reward, of course. Of course. Here you are. So sorry about that. Boley finally got someone out here. Well, it's about time. I've been waiting for weeks. Well, thank you for bringing it, I suppose. Have a good day. I'll buy everything you've dug up. Mining is hard work, but we pay a fair price for any ore you dig up. Small blade, easy to hide. I mean, sure, you could just swing a pickaxe into someone's face, but people tend to see that coming. Got a problem with a prisoner? Get a shiv. Here Grisvar has a spare, if you could get him to part with it. Helping out Einethach, huh? Give me a reason not to plunge a dagger in your chest. You haven't heard of the Silverblood family? They're the most important people in the Reach. They practically own the city of Markarth, and we're here on their coin. Forsworn attacked a while back. Jarl had no men to spare, so the Silverbloods generously offered to send us to clean things up. We just want that old native to hand over his land in payment for our services. Then we'll leave, and everyone can get back to work. That I will, stranger. This is more than the Silverbloods are paying us. We'll clear out. Watch your tongue, native. We'll leave when we're sure there's no Forsworn here. The Silverbloods have made you a very generous offer for this pile of dirt. I suggest you take it. Then by my right as Jarl, I name you Thane of Falkreath. Congratulations. I grant you this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office. I'll also notify my guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble now. Very well. There is room in my court for a new Thane. It's an honorary title mainly, but there are a few perks someone like you could make use of. However, I could only grant the title to someone who is known throughout my hold, and who owns at least one piece of property in my city. You help my people, and purchase a house from my steward, and I'll make you my Thane. There is room in my court for a new Thane. It's an honorary title mainly, but there are a few perks someone like you could make use of. However, I could only grant the title to someone who is known throughout my hold. You help my people, and I'll make you my Thane. Then I don't have time for you. Now that's what I like to see. Someone who gets things done. Here, a little something for you. Execute every last bandit. Spare no one. Teach them to stop paying me. Here, you deserve a reward for your service. Good. You've proven reliable. There's a group of bandits in my hold that I may have had a few discreet dealings with. The cut they were giving me was good at first, but now it's time to clean things up. Go and take care of it. Disappointing. On your way then. Sneak that ring back to Viola before we both get caught. Have you taken care of that little problem? Don't let Viola catch you in her house. You're telling me. Thank you, thank you! Azura's prophecy always guides you to fortune. Speaking of fortune, here. Everything I earned from my last shipment. It's yours. You better. I hate people who waste my time. Work. I demand tribute before you can be considered for any real tasks. How about drink? None of that local piss. Real Blackbriar mead, fresh from Riften. It's not that easy. She'd go to the Jarl if she knew I was even remotely involved. You have to get it to her some other way. Look, it's dangerous. But if you sneak the ring into her house, put it in a dresser or something, I will make it worth your while. Of course nothing in here is stolen. Only a careless, shameful, idiotic fetcher would do something as stupid as to buy pilfered goods. Oh, by Azura, I've made a terrible mistake. I bought a gold ring, and Viola Giordano has been missing a ring that looks just like it. I'll think about it. Dragons? Well, that's fascinating. We should have someone look into that. Of course. I understand completely. You just put us in a room, and I'll do all the talking. No worries at all. Well done. Well done indeed. Yes, what is it? Now leave me to my sleep. My strength and patience are waning. This is the reason you wake me? I already have Orchandor's request taken care of. Yes, as with you. Now be off. Oh, I don't believe those rumors, my friend. Besides, who would ever want to harm such beauty? I'm a writer by trade. Not that the people of Skyrim do much reading. You're sure? When you see Gerard, ask for a tip. I'm sure he'll be in a good mood after reading this. I write drama, friend. The legends and history of Skyrim made to excite and inspire. Poor Gerard Germain at the Bard's College has been waiting for my latest work, Olaf and the Dragon. For weeks now, roads are a mess. Indeed it is. You know? Where do you get your goods? I am always amazed at how you manage to sell things so cheaply. Well, I'll want to meet them the next time they're around. Maybe you can give an introduction. Niranye, I just have to know. What is your secret? Ah, yes, true. Well, thank you. Never. The college cannot become mired in local politics. What happens inside these walls is our worry. What happens outside is theirs. The same thing we've told them before, and the same thing we've told these Stormcloaks. It's not our concern. Mirabelle, would you please make sure my schedule is clear for the next few days? I'm working on something important. Everything's under control, then? Right. Keep up the good work. Is there anything new I should be aware of, Mirabelle? That hasn't changed, has it? Then just tell them again. No, I don't think so. Respond to their request, and we'll leave it at that. What did you tell them last time? All my goods are legitimate, which is more than I can say for some. Have a look around. I buy and sell just about anything. I'm always happy to see a customer, but I won't deal in stolen goods. That's trouble I don't need. Make yourself at home, please. Let me know if I can be of any assistance. As you travel Skyrim, make sure you stop and take in the view from time to time. I'll find some way to finish my book. Can't say I mind the sight of all the Imperial Guards. It's a change for the better. I like to share my good fortune with those who deserve it. Trader dropped by recently with some lovely pieces, if you'd like to have a look. Pardon the mess. We're really trying to do better around here. Windhelm's an easy posting, they said. Guess they didn't count on Ulfric's little uprising. Can you believe the company won't even dock ships here anymore? The conquering hero returns. I really can't thank you enough for your help. I still can't believe Isabella's gone. She was such a helpful young lass. Now, more than ever, the world needs tales of heroism. Know any tales of nobility and courage? I'm keen to record them. The waves receded in time, but the damage was irreversible. Most residents of Winterhold abandoned what was left of the city. The college survived, and so here we remain. The Great Collapse, as it has come to be known. An unfortunate natural disaster that ravaged the area. The college fared far better than the city of Winterhold, but it was not left untouched. No one is sure of the cause. Some believe the eruption of Red Mountain had far-reaching consequences that were only felt years later. I know there are some who have blamed the college, said that we were responsible. I assure you this is not the case. Personally, no, not I. One of their number used to advise the Archmage when I was but an apprentice here. But that was a great many years ago, before all the members of the Order were called back to the Isle of Artaeum, and it disappeared entirely. Do come again. Very well. May you lose yourself in the pages of a good book. Purpose? I should think it's self-evident. Magic is a true power, not something to be shunned by commoners, or treated as an amusing diversion by politicians. It shapes worlds, creates and destroys life. It deserves proper respect and study. The college is a place where we can focus on that, without the pressures of the world weighing down on us. The Sea of Ghosts practically came alive. No one was expecting it. Monstrous waves battered the shore for weeks on end. Winterhold was ancient and weathered, but it couldn't withstand the sea's fury. Entire districts of the city were lost overnight. I've seen documents dating back to the late Second Era. Beyond that, it's hard to say. Events in the last several hundred years resulted in a significant loss of our history, I'm afraid. Not within society, no. Many who practice within the School of Conjuration do so on their own, secretly. Thalion is the only one I know who is public about what he does. He was once my teacher here, but left the college years ago. By sure no. Those archaic policies died out with the Mages Guild, and were never enforced here. Necromancy, as any other type of magic, is a tool to be used. Of course, non-mages may not see it that way, so we don't go around flaunting it. If you require assistance with summoning techniques, please let me know. If you would, please also contain your summons to the college grounds. The locals do not need to be agitated further by Atronachs roaming their town. The summoning of undead is even less advisable outside the college. He didn't like the Archmage. Hated dealing with him. Hated having to answer to him. I understand he settled down in Hjalmarch, and his presence there caused something of a problem. Thalion said he hated what this place was becoming, so he just left. Arin found a note on his desk, and that was it. We also must make an effort to avoid worsening what Skyrim thinks of us. Sir? How quaint. Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear? You are relatively new here, are you not? I have noticed you, but we have not spoken. You are new here, are you not? We have not spoken. Not often, no. Some risks must be taken, to be sure. I am simply trying to avoid untimely deaths. I've scraped this collection together by whatever means I could. I do some business with the trade caravans, and I've picked up a number of items from adventurers like yourself. A few intrepid souls even brought some items back from Morvenskar, the fort southwest of the city. Greetings, Archmage. May I help you, Archmage? I care little for idle conversation, but perhaps you need help with conjuration magic. It's no secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted. Please, don't do anything to anger the locals. They don't need additional reasons to hate us. It is not the place of the college to become involved in local politics. These fruits and vegetables are disappointing, Carlotta. If you were getting them from my farm, they'd be twice as fresh. Ah, Isolde, was it? What brings you to the market? Owning a farm does have its advantages. Someday the college may be fully accepted by the Nords. I hope that my work as Archmage may help. That incident in Morthal was just a misunderstanding, no matter what the guards claim. The people of Skyrim have no appreciation for what we do here. Not that I care. Should you ever fall victim to an unfortunate accident, I promise your remains will be put to good use. What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented. Nasty business with that Ancano fellow. Pity that I was unable to assist, but I was otherwise occupied. There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution. If it'll put your mind at ease, then I agree. But not now, all right? We need the business from the stand. Nonsense. That's just an excuse for you to avoid working and commune with the greenwood like our fathers of old, and blah blah blah. Again, you just had an extended hunt last month. To the pine forest, wasn't it? Good day. As you say, at least the Nords don't shirk their responsibilities. You don't prepare the meat with any of those strange elven spices, do you? Don't worry, brother. I'm sure he's fine. We've waited longer before receiving a letter. 3 weeks? You're mad. You can't keep the stand closed for that long. Do you have anything even remotely fresh? All right. I'll fetch some more when I get the time. I'm not afraid of anything. I simply prefer quality merchandise. No, this meat won't do it all. Too much fat. And it all smells wrong. Yes, I hear that question often. My brother Honorius and I came up with it one night after consuming rather too much mead. After our drinks, we went out for a moonlight hunt. We got separated, and in his drunken state my brother mistook me for a deer. He shot an arrow that pierced my, rump. After such a memorable adventure, we knew we had the name for our shop. Try Hulda, the innkeeper at the Bannered Mare. It's just up the road near the market. You should check in at Dragon's Reach, too. There's so much going on these days. The Jarl or his steward might have need of help. Try Olfina, the new innkeeper at the Bannered Mare. It's just up the road near the market. You should check in at Dragon's Reach, too. There's so much going on these days. The Jarl or his steward might have need of help. Ah, hello, my Argonian friend. In the market for some hunting supplies. Ah, hello, my Khajiit friend. In the market for some hunting supplies. Ah, kinsman, how my heart soars to look upon a brother Bosmer. Please, how can I serve your hunting needs? Ah, how my heart soars to look upon a sister Bosmer. Please, how can I serve your hunting needs? Hello, friend. In the market for some hunting supplies? If you have need of hunting supplies, then you've come to the right place. We sell bows, arrows, and ale. A unique combination, to be sure. I'll be happy to assist you if you'd like to purchase something. I can tell you're no stranger to the wilds. I'm sure we can meet your hunting needs. Farewell. Right, I really am busy, so if there's nothing else, I really do have important matters to tend to. Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't. Oh, it took years, but I earned my way to the top. I own Chilfaro Farm, you see. Very successful business, obviously. I actually advise the Jarl on political matters. My input is invaluable, of course, but this is all probably a bit over your head. Hagraven or Horker, it matters not. We've got the arrows to fell any game. So what can I get you? Ah, hello, my Nord friend. In the market for some hunting supplies? Thank you very much for your business. My tunic is fading. Too much sun and salt spray. I need some things for the ship. Can you make some new poultices for my... How's it coming there, Juwonen? Slow's the only way to do it. Work too hard and you'll warp the wood. The same place I learned my charm and quick wits. I used to be an Imperial Ranger, my boy. There's nothing more I can teach you. You've already learned all I can teach you. You already know all that I know. I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful. Well, you've come to the right place. I'll show you what I know. Hooray! Free mead! Hooray! A round for all of my friends. Another round on me. Can I buy you a drink, darling? You'd make a better Imperial Ranger than me. I may have charmed the locals, but my fellow soldiers hated my waggling tongue. Why, of course. And will you also be needing the bow that shoots rainbows? Or perhaps a quiver that dispenses beer? Look, if you want arrows, we have them. But don't insult my intelligence. Please, you're in the presence of a born huntsman. I can hear the sweat sliding down your forehead. I once captained a ship called the Argent Raptor. She struck an iceberg and went down just north of Windhelm. My shipmates scoff at my love of finery, but I know envy when I hear it. From ship's captain to lowly crewman. I suppose I deserve it after wasting all my coin on gambling and women. I hail from Cyrodiil, but after a misunderstanding with the law, I needed a swift change of scenery. A sharp mind beats a sharp blade any day. Words to live by. Perhaps I'll be seeing more of you. Please come back if you're ever in need of fletching supplies. Your path has brought you to the finest fletcher in all the land. Hello and welcome, my friend. How may I help you on this fine day? True, I may look the part of dashing swordsman, but I prefer the art of wit to that of warfare. Your typical solitude wench is like the city itself. Stormy exterior, but the charms that lie within. You think living with Grogmar is easy? Did you see how he lives? At this rate, that'll never happen. You have yourself a bet. And why not? I'm handsome, strong, and smart. What else could you possibly need? I'll have you know I can haul up just as much iron as you in a day, and still manage to clean up my messes. All I'm asking is that you clean up once in a while. How you can find anything in your half of the place is beyond me. Grelka, do you fancy a walk tomorrow? Fortune to you and your children. I must have broken 5 or 6 pickaxes in the last few months alone. But now that I've got Rock Splinter here, I can cut through stone like a hot knife through butter. Mining's my life now. I wouldn't want to do anything else. Mining iron takes a lot of strength and special reinforced tools. Sure, I used to be a soldier, but that was child's play compared to cracking rock. Everything was going great in Red Belly. Then the damn spiders showed up. Let 'em go, Hunan. All clear. I doubt that very much. Don't worry. Hunan will let you pass. We won't give you any more trouble. Sorry to have bothered you. I'll just be out of your way now. You think you're tough, huh? Wandering Skyrim is a picnic compared to tunnel crawling. The real work happens in places like this. Blood and sweat is what makes the world turn. He expects us to drop our defenses and greet them with open arms. To dialogue with them rather than defend our homeland by spilling their blood. Brynjolf's been sending idiots like you down here for years looking for their hideout. Funny thing is, his stupid thieves guild never counted on me and my partner blocking the way. Now empty your pockets or I'll pick the gold off your corpse. Hey you, stop right there. Empty your pockets or end up as Skiva food. Ignoring me, huh? Suit yourself. Get him, Hunan. Suit yourself. Get him, Hunan. You aren't going to pass. You're going to give me everything you have. Whether you leave here in one piece is up to you. No need to get hasty. I was just testing you. You can go on ahead. I presume you have something important to say? Every day the threat of exile from Riften draws closer for myself and my family. Who knows how many spies the Empire has sent into our midst already? We're at war. This isn't the time for hospitality. Thank goodness Mother is keeping a level head about everything. If my brother Saerlund had his way, we'd be flying Imperial colors by now. He's a traitor, plain and simple. Had I been sitting on the throne, he'd be hanging from the gallows for his sympathies toward the Empire. Can you believe that fool had the audacity to speak of his love for the Empire in the plaza? Out of my way. The son of the Jarl has no time for idle conversation with travelers. If this isn't about official city business, you're wasting my time. If that's what it will take, then so be it. I'm going to check the entrance to the Ratway. Be right back. You worry about bashing people's heads in. I'll worry about the guild, okay? Why are you always acting like such a big baby? I've gotten us this far. We can't do that. Every soldier we send to hunt dragons is one more man that can't defend the Reach. Our men know how to kill Forsworn and Legionnaires. not dragons. Something you need, you miserable wretch. Good to see you. Finally someone useful is around. My only concern is your safety, Mother. One can only imagine the sordid types he may be conspiring with to bring about your downfall. Mother, how long must we put up with Saerlin spouting his nonsense about the Empire? Yes, Mother. What is it? Yes, I've heard such things. Anuriel assures me they're just fabrications, and there's nothing down there save a few stray skeever. Perhaps. Perhaps not. I'm disappointed in you, brother. You had it all. You had it all, and your mouth cost you everything. I see you still have the run of the place, traitor. I've done what I needed to do to keep Mother happy. It doesn't matter what I really believe. Now you're being ridiculous. This is our city, not theirs. I think it was Margaret. Poor woman. She was just visiting the city from Cyrodiil. You're being paranoid. We're in control of Markarth, not the Forsworn. Please. Those savages are no match for us. The Jarl is just biding his time. The Jarl has things under control. Don't you worry. I wasn't aware that Lisbeth was having trouble, Koznak. Is Arnleif and Sons not doing a good turn of business these days? Well, yes, of course you had to go and mention that. Playing tonight, Ogmund? Everyone here is anxious to hear the old ballads performed by the true skald of the Reach. We don't fight, son. We, talk. Loudly. Frobby, my dear loving wife, could you please clean out our guest rooms? Oh, right. Oh, well, things are going well enough. At least as well as we can hope. What was that? I don't know, my darling wife. I assume you're going to tell me? Shouldn't you be helping me then, wife of mine? Sharing my problems? Being my better half? I can't tell, Thongvor. It's anyone's guess. Voada, you spilled laundry water in the soup pot again. Do I need to cut off your fingers to teach you a lesson? Not a day goes by I don't ask that question myself, my dear. Ah, Ingvar. Here to sing? You know an employee of the Silverblood family is always a guest of honor here. I have a few very detailed missives from border patrols, beginning with 5th Irregular's reports on the movements of... Yes, Thongvor. I'll draft the letter immediately. Whatever. Just get back to work. Now. Never mind your mother, Wren. You listen to me and you'll be a great man one day. Filthy natives. Get to work. We have meals to prepare and no time to prepare them. Ah, my son. You'll be a fine innkeeper someday. Like your father. How are your chores coming, my son? To Bella's heart, son, I hope not. That's just terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that. What? What did I do this time? I was just standing here. No, just check in the guests and manage the coin, and keep a roof over your head. No, nothing important. Yes, Thongvor. Very well, Thongvor. With the Stormcloaks here to help, the Silverblood family control nearly every route in and out of the city. Move it, get to work, get to work! Another drink, Koznak? A porter with Arnleif and Sons deserves nothing but the finest here. Thongvor, I have the latest reports from Sidna Mine and the smelter. We should go over them immediately. Look at these figures, Thongvor. Ore yield is down by half, and the amount of silver bars being smelted is slipping even more than that. Very good, Thongvor. It relieves me to hear you say that. Always such a model for decency in these troubled times, Ingvar. Right. Maybe just one of the popular songs like The Slaying of the Falmer Princes? Don't worry, my love. Just show the bugs your adoring face, and they'll scurry away in complete fear in no time. Thongvor, do you really think that's wise? I mean, King Ulfric is such a busy man, and there are so many areas of Skyrim to protect. That is where I learned to cook, and where I belong, not here with all these dogs. Why are you bothering me, kinsman? Why are you bothering me, outsider? I don't. Go bother Klepper at the Silverblood Inn. He handles the newcomers. And by Ysmir, if you find work, just do what you're told. There's enough trouble in Markarth already. Yes, the finest court in all of High Rock. You think politics here or something? Well, we Bretons invented politics. No, I'm a Breton from High Rock, and I refuse to be mistaken for a filthy native. I don't care if we share the same ancestors. These people are savages. Half of them are forsworn barbarians. And have you seen what they eat? What have I done for the gods to take me so far from my beloved Daggerfall? That's about the only harmless thing you can do in this city. Silverblood Inn is the place to go. And once you've had your fill of mead, do us all a favor and go home. Markarth has enough trouble. Then you're talking to the wrong man. You want that elf in the keep, Calcimo. The only thing I'll tell you about Markarth is to stay out of our business. We have enough around here without some outsider causing trouble. I should get back to work. Money doesn't count itself. Time to prepare some more records on the silver trade. Remember, ale is cheaper than blood in Markarth. Guards are free to search your room. Just keep that in mind. We'll be sending generous resources to Ulfric, as much as the Reach can bleed. Taxes. I love taxes. Out of my way, kinsman. Bother someone else. Didn't I speak clear enough? Out of my way. I'm not from here. I'm a sellsword. These are my men. I've been sent by Silverbloods to keep this mine safe. Our business is done here. What was that you said, venomous wife of mine? If I can't get you something, I'm sure my wife will bellow at me until I can. The Jarl gives me 2 incompetent assistants. Worthless. This is the Silverblood Inn. I'll let you figure out who owns it by yourself. Out of my way, outsider. I'm Thongvor's steward now. Every coin in this city is ours. Before you say anything, no, I am not from the Reach. I have meals to cook for the entire castle, and almost no help. Things are so much quieter, with my darling Frobby dead. Blood from a stone, Klimek. I've been out there every morning. They just aren't biting. That's none of your business, and I appreciate if you wouldn't mention it again. If you have a moment, I've come up with a few ideas I wanted to share. No, I'll tell you, Wilhelm. If I could sweep her away from here tomorrow, I'd do it. But Klimek still has so much to learn. Perhaps one day, but not today. Look, I'm merely suggesting a few things that could expand our business. What a boring conversation. What do you want? Other than that, they seem like a quiet lot. Don't really know too much about them. Klimek brings food supplies up to them once every few weeks, when the weather permits it. You don't look like a pilgrim. Why bother visiting Ivarstead? The mine is closed. Get lost. What are you doing? I'm on your side. Is it absolutely necessary for you to bother me right now? Hey, be careful! I'm not going to warn you again. Once more and I'm going to have to kill you. Don't do that again. Last warning. You're pushing your luck. What's the matter with you? Stop that! Watch it! Let's sate that appetite, Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. What are you hunting? Never mind. I don't want to know. So you wish to master the arcane arts? I had you figured for a mage. I think you'll appreciate this. Are you joking? You just rented a room from me. What does this look like? The Temple of Mara? No gold, no bed. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. Hope you're willing to back those words up with your fists. I don't have to take that from you. What? No! We've got an assassin! Check the shadows! Gods help us! What in the... An archer, eh? I've got just what you need. Take a look. Bows and arrows for the mighty huntsman. Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. No need to get rough. Whatever you say. Don't hurt me. You win. A little coin always greases the wheels. Gold solves most problems, doesn't it? For that price? Sure. You expect me to believe that? I don't think so. That doesn't change anything. I'll teach you to talk to me that way. Thank you. Here, this is for you. Just bring it back to me. I can pay you. Of course. How much? It can't be helped. Not my problem. It would seem so. It's all in this note. You've done well. Maybe you can help me. Okay, just this once. How can I argue with that? Okay, you've talked me into it. Speak. Yes, I haven't got all day. Make it quick. Oh no. By the gods! This can't be happening. Put that down. Careful with that. Get away from me. Stay away from that. It's locked for a reason. I understand. All right then. What do you think you're doing? You're not supposed to be in here. Until next time. Yes? Need something? You can't hide from me. Be careful. Hey, watch it. Don't do that. Keep your hands to yourself. Over here. You could have just asked. I saw you do that, you know. Ha! Found you. What are you doing that for? Where are you? Is someone there? What was that? Huh? Stop! Thief! Watch what you're doing. Don't even think about it. Release me. Hands off. Now if you'll excuse me. Ah! I'm on fire! Did you hear something? By the gods! Did that really just happen? Murder! Murder! Help! Somebody help! You thieving little elf. I don't think there's a need for that. Get your thieving hands off that! You little wretch. I saw that. By Ysmir. A thief! You dirty filching lizard. What are you doing, Swit? Help! Someone! Ysmir's beard! Ah! It burns! What the? Someone do something! Die, you filthy beast! Die, beast! I suppose that's yours now. Why, you little filcher! You're not getting anything from me. You won't get away with that. You can't take that. Filthy pickpocket! Die, vampire! My money's on the big one. Hey, watch what you're doing! This is the last time I'll say it. Get out! You're not really allowed in here, you know. Well, that was an unpleasant bit of business. Someone do something! Help me! Help me! Think you can steal from me? Oh, no, you don't. You little thief! Those fools are actually fighting! You remind me of my cousin's cat. Killed that too. Ah! Die, dragon! You can't win this! That's close enough. I'm warning you. Back off. I'm not sticking around to fight a dragon. I'm getting out of here. Weren't expecting that, were you? Not impressed. You're nothing. Going to cry now, huh? I'll try and make this quick. Enough of this! I've had enough of you. This what you want? I think you're bleeding. Oh, not so fast. Come on. Come on! I'll have your head. Die, damn you! I'll kill you! Just stand still! Gods damn you! Just die! That's all you've got? That's your best, huh? It's nothing! Close! You'll need to do better than that! Easily blocked! Die, you orc filth! You'll make a fine rug, cat! You afraid to fight me? Time to finish this! I'm going to put you down! Never should have come here. That it? That's your best? No! There you are. Must be my imagination. How did you do that? I know I heard something. I was sure I heard something. Must have scared him off. I didn't really want that anyway. You need to leave. Hello? Who's there? I knew it! Give up while you still can! You've already lost. This what you want, huh? Not quite good enough, are you? You're pathetic. You dare challenge me? You're no match for me. What's the hurry? I'll let you live. This time. I guess I was just hearing things. I'll get you. Your end draws near. You're not supposed to be here. No, not like this. Please. Mercy. You know you're not supposed to be in here right now. Guess they deserved it. I guess you had your reasons. None of my business. I guess I can look the other way, this time. What's done is done. Can't a man have a bit of privacy? Get out of here! This is your last warning. Get out, or get arrested. I'm going to find whoever did this. What happened? Last warning. Leave now. It's time for you to leave, my friend. You, of all people. Get out. You're trespassing here. You'd better clear out. Guards! Trespasser! Pickpocket! We've got a pickpocket! This is your last warning. Get away from there. Or else. Help! Murder! Murdered! In cold blood! By the gods! No. Why, you... Help! Someone's being attacked! Help! I'm being attacked! Last mistake. Hey, hands off! Come on! Can't hide from me. Anybody there? Leave that dog alone! Hey, that's a valuable animal. Teach you to mess with me. Nothing here after all. Here we go. Just a scratch. Gods, no! No more! I yield! I yield! Victory is yours! I submit! Enough! Damn you! Ha! Like the bite of a flea! I cannot best you! We are routed! Fall back! Ha! Ha! Ah! Ah! Mercy! That the best you can do? What was that? Do your worst! Good dog, stupid dog.
Thank you. Free again. At last. Kill.
Helvard! The guards are looking sloppy today. I want you to reduce their wages for the month.
Must kill. You must die.
Very well. But when their emissary arrives, I want words with him. I would think a man of your military training would be able to do with less. But so be it. Why have taxes not come in from Granite Hill, Nenya? We should send some guards down there. You can't scare me into submission. Let's go. Come and see me again sometime. I might have some use for you. We're done here, I think. My uncle Dengir was Jarl until a short time ago. His old age and failing health caught up with him, and he stepped down. He now serves us honorably as Thane, and to the great benefit of the hold, I now serve as Jarl. Difficult? I'm a Jarl. I eat the most succulent meat, drink the finest ale, and hunt with the best hounds in the hold. Meanwhile, my very capable steward sees to the needs of the small folk, and ensures that my hold runs smoothly. Being a Jarl could hardly be simpler. You should try it sometime. There are opportunities everywhere. Why don't you go find them? No time. I have business to conduct. I don't have to take this from the likes of you. Stand aside. I don't need to speak to you. Bolin speaks much about the war and the Stormcloaks, but he knows who provides. The Stormcloaks want freedom, but don't understand its price. The Stormcloaks want freedom, but don't understand its price. There are opportunities everywhere. Why don't you go find them? No time. I have business to conduct. Thank you for sticking by me. Yes? What is it that you want? Bolin speaks much about the war and the Stormcloaks, but he knows who provides. It's good to hear you say that. I wish my wife was as simple as you. Never. Not until we turn this mine around, drive Beethild out of business, and force her to apologize to me for everything she's done. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Brina Merilis came in with the whole damn legion and deposed Skuld. Couldn't have happened to a better man. A body? How absolutely terrible. That would be Skuld the Elder. He's been running Dawnstar ever since he was a boy. And he never lost that brat's attitude. Turned on the Empire first chance he got. Now we're all part of this rebellion. If you don't mind digging, I own the Quicksilver mine. It's a better life than working in that damned Ironbreaker mine with all those milk drinkers. Quicksilver mine is the best mine in Dawnstar, and you can tell those Ironbreaker miners I said so. My wife Beethild is dead. Can't say I miss that old saber cat. If it's about the mine, I'm all ears. I hear you're in for life. Sad. I'd get a shiv if I was you, or maybe some skooma to drown your troubles. My advice? Serve your time at the pickaxe and get out. You don't want to end up getting a shiv in the guts over a bottle of skooma. Bottles of moon sugar. Khajiit use it as a pick-me-up. Good way to pass the time. Prisoners smuggle the stuff in. Only currency we have down here. What are you in for, new blood? They come in here once a week to clean out the bodies, grab any ore we've mined, and beat down the troublemakers. That's the only time when we get food, too. And if there's not enough ore mined up, we don't get any. Petty thieving, huh? Just like poor Grisvar. Hopefully you'll learn your lesson faster than he has. One day the Forsworn will paint the walls of Markarth in your kinsman's blood. Best you not be there on that day, Nord. One day the Forsworn will paint the walls of Markarth in their blood, because life was better under the old ways. No Nords and their laws. A Nord nobleman I served was stabbed in the night. Wasn't me, but I knew I'd be blamed. So I ran, joined the Forsworn, started killing, got caught. Now I'm here. Innocent. So was I. For the first one. The other murders were all me, though. Violent one, huh? Best keep that to yourself, new blood. Others find out, they'll consider that a challenge. I'm just another Forsworn, sent to rot here in this mine. You're making a mistake. Fine, I'll take care of it. Just please leave me alone. You should just serve your time, find an ore vein and start digging. You're not in here for life, like I am. I left behind my daughter, Uale, when I was taken. How old is my daughter now, I wonder? In prison, you lose track of time. Get it over with, then. Come on, she's not so tough! Not so tough now, are you? You just going to stand there and take it? Fight back! Who taught you to fight? Keep those hands up! Don't let her get away with this! Get her! I didn't mean anything by it. Just leave me alone. What do you want? Get him! Come on, he's not so tough! You're tougher than you look. You got me, fair and square. Drive that snow back to the ground! Come on! Fight! Fight! Get him! Get her! Don't let him get away with this! You want a real fight, huh? 12 septims on the big one. Well, if you say so. I can't believe I got caught. Well, this is a nice mess you've gotten me into. That could have turned out better. Come on, let's see what you're made of. Aha! Here we are, honored guests. I present to you the gourmet. Ah, the potage le magnifique. So delicious. My friends, as Emperor, I of course reserve the right of first taste. Yes, an unfortunate turn of events that, but an isolated incident. And I have been assured that the fault was with the man's son alone. Truth is, we are in no danger whatsoever. Killing an emperor can be useful, but befriending one, now that's beneficial, as I'm sure you'd all agree. You mean the wedding? My cousin's apparent murder? An unfortunate misunderstanding, no more. Cold mead, hot tempers, these things happen. Oh, how marvelous. Just delicious. It is everything I had hoped it would be. I think something's wrong. Oh, how marvelous. Just delicious. It is everything I had hoped it would be. Please, everyone, enjoy. You've done your duty and we're all very grateful. Now, I'd like to eat. Who are you? What do you want? Please, just let me be. You're not at all what I expected. I imagined you'd be fatter, honestly. I've been waiting for this opportunity for a long time. So glad we kept you in Skyrim. Serving your emperor was worth the wait, of course. Look, his name is Balagog Gronolobe. He's an orc. The gourmet's an orc. He's staying at the Nightgate Inn. That's all I know. Now you'll let me go, right? The gourmet? Never. I don't know what led you here, but nothing will betray my trust. I'll take the secret of the gourmet's identity to my grave. Yes, for the 100th time. I am a Breton. I was born in High Rock, and then I came here. I am not a Reachman. Okay, all right. Wonderful. You're welcome. I'll just be on my way then. No. Oh, please, no. So, we're done? The Dark Brotherhood? Now, wait a minute. Let's not get hasty. I mean, surely my friend wouldn't want me to endanger my own life, right? No Sam, no protection. Time to die. It's these nightmares. Me and every one of my workers can't catch a nod without having one. They're almost Real. They say a priest of Mara has arrived in town. We'll see if faith can cure this curse. What is it? I haven't had much sleep. Got a witch hunter in town from the priesthood of Stendar. Keeps asking questions about that old abandoned house. Did you hear? The Hall of the Dead is closed. Brother Veralis isn't the most popular man in town right now. Once you leave the party, you can't just come back. It's strange holding a hilt that isn't connected to a dagger. Oh well, I keep gazing into the pommel gem. Not a single flaw. I've had to be careful handling those blade shards you found. They're each sharp enough to sever a finger with no effort. My family were in the Mythic Dawn. My museum is our legacy. Wrong or right, the Mythic Dawn changed Tamriel's history. They deserve study. Scholars from around the world will come here one day. It's not working. Why don't you give it a try? Just put your hands on the altar. Mehrunes Dagon, the Lord of Change. We have brought your razor to you. We beg you, please, bring the blade's full glory to Tamriel again. What is it? Do you have one of the razor fragments? Did you have any questions about the museum? Or would you rather talk business? Good luck finding the fragments. I'll just be tending the museum if you need me. The Mythic Dawn worship Dagon as a god. Having his razor would be invaluable to my collection. Dagon's Mythic Dawn cult killed the Septim dynasty and opened the Oblivion gates into Tamriel. They called it the Oblivion Crisis. The razor is Mehrunes Dagon's personal artifact. It has always heralded bloody change and carnage. It's held many names. Dagger of the Final Wounds, Bane of the Righteous, the Kingslayer. All that remains of the infamous cult I've gathered in my museum. Ever since I was a boy, I felt this strange sense of destiny surrounding the Mythic Dawn cult. And now I know what it is. Don't you see? Fate has led you to me and to the pieces. Dagon has to answer our call. We're so close. I'll meet you at the shrine. You don't want to be a part of history? Fine. I'll be at the shrine if you change your mind. Ah, an excellent question. Mehrunes Dagon is the Daedric Lord of Change, Destruction, and Ambition. Wait! Don't kill me! There's another way. I can take the pieces back to my museum, seal them in a display case. You get a generous amount of gold, I get to complete my collection, and nobody has to die. They were worshippers of Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedric Lord of Destruction and Change. The Mythic Dawn killed Uriel Septim VII and his heirs, triggering the events that led to the Oblivion Crisis, when the Daedra invaded Tamriel. And here you are. Good. Come in, browse the display and let's talk. I have a job you look perfect for. Never mind that. Medina is a good woman, but I have my own reasons for opening this museum, and I'm not changing my mind. I have a collection of artifacts from the group that toppled an empire. Their importance to history cannot be forgotten. Why don't you come in? You can browse the displays and we can talk. I have a job you look perfect for. Why don't you come in? You can browse the displays and we can talk. I have a job you look perfect for. Your loss. But if you change your mind, I'll be here. But I realize that the Mythic Dawn's importance, our importance, to history cannot be denied. I'll see everyone in Tamriel remember that for a moment, we held the fate of the world in our hands, for good or ill. Let's talk inside. Yes. My collection of artifacts from a group that toppled an empire. Let me put the pieces on the altar. We'll see if Mehrunes Dagon can still be reached. Try putting your hands on the altar. Maybe Mehrunes Dagon will speak to you. It's no secret that my family were once members of the Mythic Dawn. One of my forefathers was even chosen to assassinate Uriel Septim himself. We hid from our past for years, became tradesmen, people of coin and influence. Let's talk inside. Good, you're here. I'll place the pieces on the altar, and Dagon should speak to us. I'll meet you at the shrine. Here are my notes about them. I'll gladly pay you for getting the pieces any way you can. No questions asked. Fine. I can't force you to help me, but the offer is open. Some fool is opening a museum in Dawnstar. They say he's paying people to collect artifacts from that old Mythic Dawn cult. Thank you. Here's your gold. I'll make a run for it back to Dawnstar. Fine. I'm not dying without a fight. And here comes my first visitor. The Museum of the Mythic Dawn is open, friend. And here you are. I hope you found the museum to your liking. A little history first. After the Oblivion Crisis, a number of groups cropped up dedicated to wiping out the remnants of the Mythic Dawn. One of these groups found Mehrunes Razor, the artifact of Dagon. They split it into 3 fragments and pledged to keep them apart forever. That was almost 150 years ago, and the pieces are still being kept by the descendants of that group, and they're right here, in Skyrim. At least 2 of the owners, Gonzal and Draskua, are dangerous marauders, and the 3rd owner, Jorgen, I only know he lives in Morthal. Our master craftsmen are nothing compared to the perfection of the Daedra. Look how it shines. Here's your gold, as promised. Look at them. The legendary sharpness of a Daedric weapon. Marvelous. And here's your payment for the shards. Did you try the grip? Isn't it eerie how it seems to mold itself into your hand? Here's your gold. There's only the shards of the blade left to collect. Exciting, isn't it? There's only the pommel left to collect. Exciting, isn't it? There's only the hilt left to collect. Exciting, isn't it? All at once. You're efficient. I like that. Here's your reward. We just need the shards of the blade and the hilt now. We just need the pommel and the shards of the blade now. We just need the hilt and the pommel now. I know how to put all the pieces together. We just need to take them to Dagon's shrine and contact the Lord of Change directly. Finally, all the pieces of Mehrunes Razor are in my hands. It's time I let you in on something. There's a 4th piece, that scabbard in the display case, built to house the razor. And there's more. Ah, yes, that scabbard. Notice the insignia? An Oblivion Gate. A key symbol of Mehrunes Dagon, the patron Daedra of the Mythic Dawn. Those robes were worn during the Mythic Dawn secret meetings, where they plotted to bring the Daedra Mehrunes Dagon into Tamriel. Each bolt of yarn used to make the robe was colored with a dye, made from sacrificial blood. It's said that Mankar Cameron used the book to open a portal to a paradise, where all his followers would live forever. Feel free to look around. Come talk to me when you're ready to discuss that job I mentioned. The commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes were written by the Mythic Dawn cult leader, Mankar Cameron. He promised a paradise awaited his followers when they died, that they would be reborn by Mehrunes Dagon's side. The tapestries hung here and outside were found in hideouts, where members of the Mythic Dawn would meet and plot. The cult's greatest accomplishment was the assassination of the Septim Dynasty and the opening of the Oblivion Gates. The museum is doing well. I haven't told anyone about the incident with the razor. Good to see you in my museum again. I owe you my life. I never thought all I would want is peace and quiet, but I think our little adventure scared me straight. The museum is opening, Medina. Why should I hide from it? This is my family's legacy. That burned paper is all that remains of the fabled Mysterium Xarxes, the blasphemous book written by Mehrunes Dagon himself. Yes, I did. I shouldn't be the one to tell you about this. There's an Altmer named Nelicar in the Frozen Hearth. Believe me, he'll know. You shouldn't ask me. There's an Altmer named Nelicar in the Frozen Hearth. He's the one to talk to. Clavicus sent you, didn't he? You can't have the axe. It's all I have left now. Run for it! I tend to keep my patron's privacy. What do you want with us? Stars. You wouldn't be referring to that incident a few years ago. I still say that exile was far too harsh. Have you seen that shrine of Azura? They say the Dark Elves built it after they fled from Morrowind. Sight to see. He's in the inn. Look around. I'm sure you'll find him. He was here, but he left. If you leave now, you can probably catch him. Or you can just wait here. He'll be back soon enough. Go. Tell your commanders you have won. I, my family and my men, will be gone before they arrive. There is no point in further talk. Go now. Seems your purse is lighter than you thought. Well, if you insist. Yeah, sure it is. You don't fool me. Now, that won't be necessary. It is? Well, that's different. I surrender. Give me a few hours to gather my household, and I'll depart. You have my word. Enough! Stop! Stop! Cease fighting. It's over. It's over. No more violence. We surrender. The capital is yours. If you pledge no harm will come of my people, I turn over the seat of power to you. Are you here to save me? Thank the divines. Let's move. I'm ever so grateful. Please, give my regard to the rest of the companions. They will sing stories of this day. Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter. Help! Get that beast out of my house! It's still here! Get it out! Get that thing out of here! Thank you. I thought that beast would be the end of me. Please, get me home. The Jarl has put out a bounty on some bandits. Here, take a look at this decree for details. The Jarl has put out a bounty on Forsworn. Here, take a look at this decree for details. The Jarl has put out a bounty to slay a giant. Here, take a look at this decree for details. The Jarl has put out a bounty on the dragon that's been terrorizing the countryside. Here, take a look at this decree for details.